Well, when I turned 40, I went to Kauai to spend 40 days in the wilderness by myself and reflect on the first 40 years of my life. And it was amazing that when I came back, I ended up meeting this group called California Men's Gathering, going and taking a workshop there called Hard Lines and Relationships, and that led to my studying hand analysis, and I've been studying for 5 years, and that allowed me to look within and look at all the pain that I've been denying. I try to look on the bright side of things, try to make a lemonade, when life gets difficult. But through that self-exploration and self-awareness, along with taking a writing workshop that, I started writing more and more about my life and my childhood, that this process has been more of a healing in a sense, because it's taken me to look in to the difficulties and the pains that I've experienced and give them light and share them with the world in an entertaining, moving fashion. And I didn't do it to create it that way, but it just so happened. And so as I'm healing myself, I'm also creating my art and my stories. And so the evolution of that has been that I thought I would do a reading, and collect some of my stories. And the show itself, when I met Heidi, I met with her one afternoon and I shared a couple stories. And she thought they were exquisite. I love that word, exquisite. I never thought that, that word would be, attached to my writing or my stories. And so I thought, oh, she would be great to direct my reading. And so when we first met, she said, well, memorize a couple stories. I want to see how that's like. And so I did, and she really liked it. It's like, no, memorize all of them. And
it was 40 stories, right? 40. You said 40 days in Kauai?
I spent 40 days in Kauai, yeah. But the stories we ended up using, I brought her to the table. I brought 20 stories, and we ended up selecting 15, that captured my childhood and stuff. The stories of the little boy, the ups and downs. And as we were rehearsing, we started adding more and more of the whole essence of the child with movement and dancing and a little bit of singing and music, and it became this full production, called Under El Gran Mesquite. And so I have to credit Heidi for bringing my stories to life, on stage.